Hello friends, welcome to this session where I want to discuss about implementing generative artificial intelligence in pharma supply chain. My agenda is introduction, assessing needs and objectives, data collection and preparation, selecting the right artificial intelligence tools, model development, data integration, testing and validation, user training, deployment, feedback loop, security and compliance, and collaboration and partnerships. So let's start with the introduction. Why we want to look at it AI? It's basically efficiency improvements, streamlining the pharma manufacturing and distribution logistic operations, reduce the wastage, enhance productivity and resource utilization, better decision making, data driven insights for informed choices actually, predictive analytics for future planning, overall operation enhancements for the digital supply chain processes, improve coordination and collaboration. So the overview of generative AI in pharma supply chain is efficiency improvements, streamlining the complete digital supply chain management operation and reduce manual tasks wherever possible. Make it a automated, seamless data sharing system. This enhances the decision making. The data driven decision making using artificial intelligence along with supporting emerging technologies will really drive the business excellence. Predictive analytics basically based on to the old data, real-time information can help in achieving excellence. So the overall operational benefits are improved accuracy and cost saving, or which leads to productivity and performance and profitability improvements. So where to start with assessing the needs and objectives. So we have to identifying the supply chain challenges, pinpoint specific pain points, understand areas which needs an improvement, and then determine our objectives. That is where we want to start with improving the forecast accuracy, optimize the inventory management, and the third factor from the pharma industry point of view is enhance the quality control and regulatory requirements. So we have to start with the data collection and preparation. We have to access the high quality data, historical supply chain data, and product information. Inclusion of external factors depending upon the market condition and other relevant data sources, which is what is the starting point for such implementation. Assessing the high quality data. The importance of high quality data is it needs to be accurate for artificial intelligence modeling, because the wrong data can lead to your wrong suggestions which may lead to problem. So accuracy of the data is very important. We should also include historical supply chain data starting from demand planning, sales and operation planning, material planning, and then going to the distribution resource planning. All that data whichever is relevant to supply chain needs to be considered over here. You should have a relevant data source. That's the, it's a product information or whether it's external factors like market condition, what I cover up in demand planning is to be there. And then comprehensive data collection. We should have as much as the relevant data from the various sources which should be considered. And that enhances the artificial intelligence model effectiveness. If you have a strong model which will lead to accurate, correct data, and then that data can really guide you for the corrective decisions. So, selecting the right artificial intelligence tool is very important. Some of the factors which I thought are required when choosing a artificial intelligence tool is it should be a scalability. The ensure that we start with a tool with which that can go on growing as your needs will go on increasing. As I mentioned it, when you start with the demand planning, today you may have some only small amount of data, but as you progress, as you go on adding up more factors, more variables, the data will go on increasing. Bigger the data, larger the data, your data assessment, data collection, data analysis, your algorithms will be much better and you will be having more and more accurate decisions which will be helping you in the long term. Integration of the data is the compatibility with the existing system. Every company will have some old systems, legacy systems, analog systems and all that. But yes, they are having some of the data which we want to really use it, which we can go on improving, which we can go on enhancing it, which will lead to a better decision making. Customization, ability to tailor models to the specific requirement. Every company, every product, each will have its own processes, its own culture, its own people. So now that has to come into the particular systems and that needs to be customized depending upon the company's priorities also. So based on to that, you have to do a model development. So you have to collaborate with the experts. They work with the data scientists or the artificial intelligence experts. You have to tailor your models to the your specific supply chain management challenges and all that. So the model developments, you may develop it for demand forecasting, you may develop it for quality control, you may develop it for the transportation route optimization. So there could be a number of such processes which you can go on thinking and improving it. Start with a small project, pilot project, develop it for one particular module, get the benefit, learn from that experiences and go on enhancing it. Collaboration with the data scientists. This is what it is the most important thing. We are again integrating two very important things. One is a domain challenges or domain problems or domain scope for improvements and all that. At the same time, there's another thing is technology where artificial intelligence is driven by the data scientists. So you have to collaborate with both of them. Work with the data scientists who are experts into artificial intelligence. Tailor your AI models to for that specific need of supply chain management. And again, which I mentioned it earlier, maybe you, these are the three areas which I feel are relevant and more important for driving the business excellence. One is the demand forecasting. Quality or control is again more important from the pharma industry point of view, quality control and regulatory compliances. And third is the route optimization, where we have to reach to the customer or a patient as quickly as possible and deliver him right product, right quality, right time, right specification. Data integration, as I mentioned earlier, AI modules should develop incorporating into the existing systems. You may have some legacy system, but then whatever the data is relevant, you should really try to integrate with your breachable app, developer app, APIs and all that to take that data into consideration and move to the next level of digitization or accuracy and all that, and which will improve your supply chain efficiency and all that. Data flow management is ensuring a smooth data transfer again from the old legacy system to the new system and maintain compatibility with both components and all that. And that will improve the systems optimizations and overall performance improvements and all, which will lead to a better outcome and all that. Once you develop those models and all that, you have to do the testing and validation. A thorough testing of AI models is really required, which will utilize the historical data for comprehensive testing, apply real-time scenarios to assess the model's performance. See, your old systems may be having some legacy and they may not be having so much of a coverage of the new requirements which are coming out. The businesses are becoming more complex. The technologies are more capabilities are available. So you have to see that how real world scenarios can help you to access with that model's performance and all that. And finally, you have to validate whatever you have done. Once you have tested it, you have to validate its accuracy. You have to compare the various models which are there available and check up their outputs against the predefined matrices. No, you may be having some old KPIs and all that, but check up and compare with them how you are getting a better data, better decisions, better data driven models actually. And that will ensure the consistency with the established bands. I mean, and then the user training. Once you accept that system, you audit it, you validate it, and all that, then your supply chain professionals, at all levels, because supply chain is a complex thing. They have many more processes across the uh, systems. All them have to be trained, and then that staff is interacting with those generative AI tools. They should really understand the capabilities and features of that particular new system with the digitizations and all that. And then that understanding will help you to drive and achieve the improvements and performance and profitability actually. Effective use of artificial intelligence insights can maximize the benefits into supply chain management by better decision making and program. Once your team is being trained, skills are available, then you go in for the deployment. You have to do a gradual implementation. You introduce AI tools by steps and all that. Avoid overwhelming about the entire system. Because that may lead to some chaos. But do some pilot testing, see the results, develop a confidence with the system, with the people, with the skill, and with the decision making and all that. And then you can move to the next phase. Performance monitoring is very important because whatever AI tools or the solutions you have implemented, see how effective they are, how correct data you are getting, how your data based decision making is helping you to achieve excellence. Then identify some of those areas which needs practical improvements and all that. And then this feedback gathering it's a continuous process. That feedback will help you in a continuous improvement. And maybe it's a long term process, but that will definitely achieve your goals and the benefits which you are targeting it. Then you have to have a feedback loop. You have to gather the feedback from the users regularly. It may be about manufacturing or logistic or distribution processes. It may be operation processes. It may be technology feedback, or it may be your skills feedback and all that. And then that feedback will help you to identify the further areas of improvements and all that. Monitor the artificial intelligence models performance and KPIs is there. Identify performance trends and anomalies. Continuous refinement should be a process. It is going to be a fine tuning and all that. And then that fine tuning will adapt these models to change those conditions, and then the new data will go on compiling into the system, which will go on evolving the dynamics of supply chain management and will help you to improve the practices and all that. Security and compliance is also has to be a consideration. No? Generating AI solutions needs to be having the data security, and then you have to define the standards for them and ensure that those standards are followed and compliance with the regulatory requirements is being maintained. Handling of the sensitive data includes patients' data, product data, and all other process parameters from distributors, suppliers to manufacturing data is to be maintained very securely. To achieve that excellence or get the best benefits, you have to develop a collaboration and partnerships. The partnerships can be with artificial intelligence technology providers because they know the new technologies which are coming up, new capabilities which are coming up, and how to process the cutting edge AI technologies is more important, and how to bring an innovation into that is more important, which needs to be supported by consulting firms. You know, consulting firms are doing similar projects or assignments for other similar industries also. So they know they have more experience. What are the challenges they faced into some other companies and how they have solved it and how they got the benefits. That is their expert is thing is going to come, and you can build up a strategic planning partnerships with them and all for the integration part of it actually. Also taking into consideration the research institutes, you know, there may be industry focused research institutes, maybe there a pharma industry or something. When you talk about the pharma industry also, there may be some different research institutes talking from demand planning side, some suppliers and some quality side, some maybe regulatory sides and all that. You have to build and collaborate with the partnerships with them, and that will help you to move your uh, process faster and achieve the better results and all that. We have to scale gradually. We have to start with a pilot project, begin with a small scale, and test the feasibility and all that. Then take up the specific use cases, you know, where you feel is that there is a high potential for benefits and all that with a minimum risk at all. So instead of taking a very complex thing, take up simple use cases and all that, and then achieve benefits over there. And then subsequently, you can go on expanding it to with the more use cases and all that. Monitoring and maintenance is a very again important functionality into this entire process. Importance of monitoring AI models is that because it should ensure the models remain accurate and relevant. It should help in identifying and addressing the issues promptly. Maintenance practices are to be thought about it. Regular updates to incorporate the new data. As the systems, technology, the hardware, software, everything is changing. So we have to really go on updating all those things and take up a periodic review depending upon the certain frequencies which you feel is relevant from your company point of view. But then that regular evaluation and feedback is essential, and continuous value addition into what there which you will be able to see when you do the monitoring and system evaluations and all that, and changing environments and requirements are there. And finally, measuring the impact. You should track those key performance indicators which you can monitor it, and monitor the cost savings which have been achieved, through artificial intelligence implementation, assess efficiency improvements into supply chain process, evaluate customer feedback, and continuously measure impact onto your processes, onto your operations, and finally see how much benefits, how much ROI it is going to give it to you. So stay informed is importance of staying informed is basically required. Remain competitive into the market. Take advantage of these new opportunities which are really coming up, both from your domain point of view as well as from technology point of view, and emerging trends which are coming up. You have to keep update into the technology advancement. So finally, the conclusion is there. You have two steps for implementation. Follow a structured approach and commit to the ongoing improvements. You have to monitor the benefits of generative AI, optimization of processes, and increased efficiency. Hope I try to give you a brief overview of generative AI and how it will contribute it and what is the roadmap you should have it. If you have any requirement of more information, feel free to contact us. If you have any more suggestions or you want to discuss with us, feel free to contact us. Do share this with your network also. Thank you. Bye.